are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Bungie released his Carry It remix with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has recently been in her Caribbean bag while on hiatus, even though no shade to Nicki, but I feel like if you're still releasing music, whether it's Caribbean or not, you're not on hiatus, okay? You back outside. Okay, so Nicki is back outside to me because even though she's not on Station Head or on social media, you still dropping music. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of like this record. You know, I definitely could see this being played in the clubs, you know, Carnival, at a Jamaican festival. I like this record. You know, she was singing a little bit towards the end. So, I definitely feel like, you know, this record is a fun record, especially for the Caribbean culture and people. Now, Nicki Minaj also basically went off on TikTok a little bit, exposing that there are tactics going on behind the scenes to not have her songs be put on streaming platforms.
You wouldn't believe how much is being done to keep these little tiny songs off of streaming, child. Yeah, So that's when I really realized, wow, I'm really the mother queen. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. I don't need nobody to not be around in order for me to shine. I am the star in any room that I stand in.
Okay, so it looks like Nicki Minaj is having some issues with Republic/Universal. They are not putting her Jamaican Caribbean music on streaming platforms. She did previously speak about this a few days ago, how she was being sabotaged. Looks like Nicki Minaj needs to follow in Champagne Thickum's footsteps and file a lawsuit. Okay, now this would be a legit lawsuit, not I lost a rap beef, so I'm a sue lawsuit. This would be a legit lawsuit, you know, because your label should not stop you from putting out music, whether other artists are dropping or not, or whether they do not like the singles or not. They shouldn't be able to stop you from dropping music. That is ridiculous. Now, Raye and Doja show love to each other, okay, on social media. As we know, on Sunday, they performed at the Oscars together, doing a tribute to James Bond. And Doja Cat tweeted, "Lisa and Raye are such effing combo. I feel so lucky, man." Raye responded and said, "Still can't believe Doja knows I exist when I've been a stan since so high. No police." Okay? Now, I've been hearing that allegedly Raye and Doja, they got another collaboration in the stash. Okay? You know, Raye can dabble into that hip-hop R&B bag seamlessly, okay? Because, you know, some people consider her to be an R&B artist. I think she won Best R&B at the Brits. So, I'm hearing that another collaboration is coming in the stash. I would love for Raye and Doja Cat to do something together. I didn't really care for their collaboration with Lisa. I think low-key Lisa ruined it with her iRobot verses. No shade. I think Lisa, when she sings or raps, it sounds like she's reading off of a piece of paper. She sounds very robotic, in my opinion. So I don't really get into her style of music, but Doja and Raye, I can get into. Now, Cardi B sends out a PSA. I think she's just being petty towards Nicki Minaj. But basically, she says that she needs to send her verse back ASAP to Vybz Cartel.
Somebody said, "Do you see what Vybz Cartel said about you?" Yo, I have to hit up Russian because I want to make the most perfect, beautiful, amazing song with Vybz Cartel. He's really my favorite artist. Like, he's literally my number one artist. My favorite artist in the whole wide fucking world. Vybz Cartel, he's my favorite artist.
Now, I think Cardi B is lying, like usual. Reason why I think she's lying is because Cardi B, you've been in the game for 8-9 years and you never worked with Vybz Kartel before. All of a sudden, he's your favorite artist. You know, it's amazing to me how Cardi B love Lil' Kim, Cardi B love Vybz, Cardi B love this one and that one, and don't work with them ever. Okay? But then again, she barely worked as it is. I mean, she only got one album, and it's clear as day. The next one probably won't come out to 2028, 2029. So at the end of the day, she's lazy. So I'm not really shocked. But I don't really believe that Vybz is her favorite artist of all time. Okay, she can tell that lie to, Section 8 gang, but I won't be believing it. Now, I think that she really went live to say that because she saw that Nicki Minaj was getting dragged for linking up with Alkaline, a Caribbean artist who's beefing with Vybz, and she probably wants to get underneath Nicki Minaj's skin because I just feel like you haven't really addressed Vybz publicly like this. I'm sure she's a fan, but I don't think that if she was so inspired by Vybz and really loved him as an artist, you would have been worked with him. What would be the holdup? The same thing with Lil' Kim. It's like, I don't understand why people believe the lies that Cardi B said. Now, moving on from that, Megan Thee Stallion is getting backlash because of her tacky outfit, dressed up as a plant. I think that's the theme she was going for. I think she wanted to be a plant. Not an industry plant, but a plant I guess you would find in your garden. She dressed up as a plant for the 2025 Vanity Fair Oscars after party. She had her titties out. And it looked great. But I just feel like, aren't you supposed to be a little bit classy at the Oscars? But maybe not. I remember Sierra wore like basically a see-through dress trying to copy Rihanna at the Oscar party a few years ago. So maybe that's what Megan was going for. But to me, she looked a mess. Has an amazing body though. Megan got one of the best bodies in the game. Let's be very clear. Her and Doechii, top notch. But the outfit was tacky in my opinion. I don't feel like she needed to have her titties out, dressed up like a fucking plant at the Oscars. I thought it was a little bit tacky. Maybe she wanted to impress the Carters. I don't know. But it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Now, moving on from that, it looks like Riri might have her foot on Queen B's neck. Queen B, you might have to push back at 3. Songwriter, producer Chuck Harmony, who wrote Russian Roulette, says he's working on songs for Rihanna's new album. Okay, he's spilling the tea. He said, you don't really know if your name is on the album, and you definitely don't know until the very end. I feel like songs like 4 or 5 seconds that get the heart of the matter, and you can hear the grit in her voice, I feel like that's where she is. Okay, well, I don't like 4 or 5 seconds. So if there's anything like 4 or 5 seconds is a chop, she needs to do like another Needed Me. Okay, like if she do songs similar to Anti, she got another hit album on her hands. The only thing is, will her and Queen B be competing for album of the year at the Scammys? She better hope and pray that Queen B does not release an album this year, okay, that she just go on tour. Because I remember when Rihanna released Anti and Queen B dropped Lemonade right after Anti, and mind you, Anti was leaked allegedly by the Carters, to sabotage Rihanna's first week sales, which ended up happening because her first week sales were very low. But the point of the matter is, Lemonade took home a lot of awards, not album of the year, but took home a lot of awards at the Scammys. And unfortunately, Rihanna, she got snubbed. So she better hope that Queen B don't drop, because if she dropped the same time as you, she's taking it at the Scammys, you're going to get snubbed again. Now, Doechii talks about doing potential collaborations in her Days interview. She said, I've been obsessed with the idea of getting other artists out of their comfort zones on my project and having them do the opposite of what they usually would do. What would it sound like if Sexy Red did an interlude on my album and she's reading a poem? What would it sound like if SZA boom pap rap and she was rapping instead of singing? Completely effing up what people expect these artists to do. I would be here for it. Sexy and SZA on Doja's album, that's gonna be lit. And allegedly her and Doja Cat got something coming. So Doja Cat, SZA, Sexy Red, she going for the number one spot. Doechii's coming for the number one spot on the album chart. Okay, she won't be the number one female rapper, but she'll be the number one album for the week if nobody else big drops that day. You know, hopefully she don't get sabotaged. But she definitely gonna get a number one album if she got Doja Cat, she got SZA, Sexy Red, Kendrick Lamar. She trying to get a Kendrick Lamar collaboration. That's gonna be sick. Now, speaking of Sexy Red basically teased a new single that she will be dropping.
See, I met this boy, I think he's the shit, and I know he's the one, and it was kind of quick. We was at the store, I was getting some chips when he called my eye, but he was with a bitch, so we linking up, and you know we fuck, now he all in love. I'm like, damn, we stuck up with this coochie on him, he can't get enough. I'm like, fuck your bitch, she gon' get beat up, 'cause I do anything for you, babe. Fuck them bitches, them hoes too lame. I'ma do whatever you say. That's my nigga, that's my boo thing. I'ma crash out about that dang lane.
Now let me know if y'all can hear a hit song from that snippet. Now here's my thing. Sexy Red clearly can't sing, but a lot of rappers can't, and y'all allow them to. AKA Future, no shade. Champagne Thickums, in my opinion, can't really sing like that, especially without autotune. So, you know, I think Sexy Red should be allowed to sing. I feel like she might need a little bit more autotune, and maybe if she put like Summer Walker on the song, it might be a hit record. Okay, it could be a hit for Sexy Red. Sexy Red to me is like the female version of Soulja Boy. I don't expect much from her. Now, moving on from that, Kung Fu Kenny becomes the first rapper to surpass 110 million monthly listeners on Paolify history. Wow, that is crazy. I'm definitely one of Kung Fu Kenny's listeners. I have no shame. I listen to GNX every single day. And I think a lot of people are also listening to the album. They may not want to openly admit it because Kung Fu Kenny is not a commercial artist, but he has commercial success. So a lot of people might feel weird liking his music, but I love GNX. Okay, I think he's definitely going to win some awards at the Scammys, especially Luther, which is also expected to be number one for a third week in a row. So congratulations to SZA and Kung Fu Kenny on that. Now, with that being said, a lot of people were upset with the Oscars for, I think, what was his name? Cohen? Something. I forgot his name, but he made a joke about, you know, Champagne Thickums being called a pedo from obviously the song Not Like Us, okay, which won 5 Grammys. Now, there's a lot of people who are saying that, you know, how comes they didn't make jokes about, you know, Diddy or other people that have been accused of being a pedo or certain illegal activity. And I'll be honest with you, it's because, one, a lot of those actors and actresses probably were at Diddy's parties. Let's be very clear. And number two, they can't really mention the white celebrities that have gotten exposed for pedo allegations. So, of course, they got to come into black culture and, you know, try to make a joke out of it. Now, do I feel like they was wrong for allowing that joke to come out at the Oscars? No, because I remember when Andrew Schultz said that he would R Kendrick Lamar, okay? He said that he would, you know, have sex with Kendrick Lamar, whether it would be consensual or not would be up to him. A lot of y'all was keying. Okay? It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. So if comedians could joke like that on a podcast, imagine what they gonna do when they host the Oscars. Remember, You know, Chris Rock gave that tasteless joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, and he got bitch slapped by Will. Okay, so they don't have filters, these comedians. They just don't. And I think this is another reason why black people, we got to gatekeep, though. We don't gatekeep, and white people think that they can say or do anything. So this is why you got to gatekeep the culture. Y'all allow a lot of things to come into the culture, and then when white people start making jokes, y'all get upset. But we got to gatekeep the culture and not allow anybody in, and also not allow people to make jokes about our icons in the culture, because Champagne Thickums is an icon, okay? Whether people want to admit it or not. But y'all allow anybody into the culture, including him. He allows it too. He be collaborating with Jack Harlow, bigging up Cardi B. These people don't belong in the culture. Sorry. So at the end of the day, you got to set boundaries in black culture. Now, Aaron Pierre and Teyana pop out. They pop out and basically showcase their relationship, that they are indeed an item. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Me personally, I really don't care. I got some tea on them on Patreon, though. If y'all want the real scoopity scoop, it is on Patreon. But I will say he needs to get his beard back. I don't like the no beard or mustache. I don't really like that look for him. I think he looks better with a beard, so maybe Teyana can talk to him about that. But, you know, I know a lot of women go crazy over Aaron Pierre, but to me, I'm not crazy about him like that, okay? Think he's a good actor, though. He's a very good actor, but I don't really care for him like that. Physically, like he's not my cup of tea. But the point of the matter is, a lot of women feel like he just popped out with Teyana. He is off the market. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I think that they make one interesting couple. Now, Camel Neck decided to file a new lawsuit against the woman who accused him of R-ing her when she was 13. She allegedly admitted voluntarily, okay, she basically told Camel Face's team that she knew that the claim was false and that it was influenced by the attorney Tony Busby, who he's also suing. So let me know how y'all feel about it. She probably don't have no money anyway. He not gonna get nothing from this lady. And I think he really going after Tony Busby. I think he just filed this to teach people a lesson. Like, don't make up nothing about me, because I'm taking you to court and I'm going to spend all this money to humiliate you. That's what it's giving. Because I can't really see Camel Face wanting to take money from a regular civilian that ain't got nothing. Okay? Tony Buzz Lightyear, he probably got some money because he's a lawyer. He's worked on other celebrity cases. So it does make sense to go after him. But this lady, he not going to get no money. So I think he's just trying to teach the general public a lesson. But let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some hot tea on Patreon, especially on Angie Stone's death. Link will be in the description. And have a great day.